Dice Age is made possible thanks to the support of our patrons. We'd especially like to thank our living legend, Silgwyn. Thank you very much, and enjoy the show.
The Empire of Maca has existed for nearly 1,000 years. Founded and ruled by Avon the Main, the immortal Empress, it quickly expanded its borders thanks to the overwhelming power of its mages and the shrewd politics of its nobles. Now it has fully conquered the centre of the continent of Elmera, and although war has ended, peace still eludes its populace. As the Empire nears its first millennia, the signs of turmoil have become more frequent and apparent. Monsters are becoming more bold, nobles plot schemes of usurpation, and whispers of rebellion hang heavy in the slums. This gave rise to the adventurer. These strong individuals of all races and classes lend their might to the citizens of Maca to drive back monstrous incursions. There are even adventurers who perform deeds so noble that the people can see beyond their race to the hero that lies within. There are those who criticise these adventurers and claim they're nothing more than pawns used to advance the political machinations of nobles. Despite the immortal Empress herself making fewer and fewer appearances, there are those whose faith in the Empire remains unshaken. But the wise know that it only takes a few sparks to ignite the flames of change. Allow me to introduce you to these sparks. Welcome to Elmera.
Hello and welcome to Dice Age, an actual play D&D show. My name is Jack and I'm the Dungeon Master. With me as always are our wonderful heroes. Would you all please go around and introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm AJ and I play Edgar Wood, the half-elf blood hunter.
Hey, I'm Alice Rose and I play T, the elven sorceress.
Hey, I'm Dakota and I play Esseres, the human rogue.
Hey, I'm Zach and we're playing Tauros, your tiefling paladin.
Hello, I am Trey, and I'll be playing Oberon Perseus Maximus Germanius Cornelius Alexander, your drow fighter.
Wonderful. So,
Hold up. Just 1 second. Sidebar.
Okay.
All right, we gotta take this bastard down, guys. If our characters are going to join a war council, so are we. Jack goes down tonight. Pause.
I'm gonna rip out his innards and make them his outers.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, she's bringing out her knife collection, guys.
Okay. Hey, we may not be as cool as the Monstrous Alliance leaders our characters met with, but I know we can plan just like them. So, Dakota, I'll get on all fours behind Jack and...
No, AJ, the time for silly goofs and tabletops is over. He made us join a war. The council told us they are attacking Ongar tomorrow at the same time as the rebellion attacking Kashel.
I'm gonna pull his teeth out.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna need a comically large pair of pliers, Alice. It's not that serious.
There is no Alice. Call me the motherfucking Tooth Fairy.
Enough. This is serious. We can't let him keep pushing us around just because he's the DM and we're playing in his world. First, he gives us this Morrigan relic, and now he's telling us the Immortal Empress has the other half. This has gone too far.
But, Trey, maybe we should think like planning here. Instead of trying to use fire to fight fire, we try to being the bigger nerds. Like planning, he wants to destroy the relic while the military minds want to use it in war. Maybe we go more peaceful.
I'm gonna shove the relic all the way up his ass.
Jesus Christ, Alice.
Sorry, AJ, but no, not for the bullshit with OG Claudius bringing in an illusionary elven army to attack the camp at night. Like the heroes, we gotta fight him face to face here. As long as he doesn't pull some shit like the illusion spell that creates them. I think we got him.
Now, guys, we have to remember, we can't underestimate him. Remember, this is the same man who revealed we weren't actually fighting OG Claudius, but instead a simulacrum. And not just any simulacrum. It was a fucked up homunculus using the body of Liara, the hunter from Ella Creek.
Don't worry, guys. Much like our characters, I'm sure we can kick his ass once we start talking war strategy. Oh, once we get that chainsaw away from Alice.
Vroom vroom, bitches!
So guys, I'm just going to enter the sidebar real quick. I actually could hear everything that you were saying.
Got her.
Amazing Foley work. Thank you.
He's really good at creature noises.
Well, everyone's kind of run away, so I guess I'll just sit here and wait. But in the meantime, let's return to the world of Elmera.
Yeah.
So, you all have just gone through a bit of an experience. We open back up right as you all are still hearing the chanting of the Heroes of Monsters, which has been going on since the rest of the Monstrous Alliance found you all amidst the corpse of the defiled body of Mara Deldrex and the Dracolich that she was forcibly fused with, as well as the homunculus sort of simulacrum of Liara, the hunter from Ella Creek. It doesn't take long before the leaders of the rebellion, of the Monstrous Alliance, come in, have everyone start to, kind of settle down and clear out and start, start making head counts, repairing what things need to be repaired. And Planin rushes up to you, Edgar, and just looks around and says, "Is the threat conquered for now?"
Yeah. It wasn't Regulus Claudius. It was. Edgar is still holding Liara at this moment and looking over at Mara. It was just a simulacrum. One simulacrum in an illusory army planet.
Okay. Not what I was hoping we'd have to deal with, but we've survived. With your help. And he says and looks to the rest of you all and says, with all of your help.
Survived? Yes. I tried to warn you that something was going to happen.
Indeed you did. And something did happen. And we managed, with your assistance, to thwart it. I understand that this is not the ideal, but this is war. And we still need to conquer Ongar if we're going to start making headway towards our goal.
He has the ability to scry on Kanasha, the lizard folk we brought in.
Then I will have our wizards and our medics examine them and see what we can do to counteract it. Although I do think that once we are banging against the walls of the city, it'll be too late for us to try to get a surprise on them. I understand that you're all shaken. Take the time you need to recover from this. Regardless of what has happened tonight, we do still need to continue with our plan. we still march for Ongar tomorrow. If anything, events like this, and he gestures around, prove that we need a more fortified base for us to conduct this war. And we will find one in the city of Ongar. And he looks back to you, Edgar, and says, I can proceed with funerary rites for this woman.
Hey, I look over to Tauros, respectfully. For both. I look at Liara, then I look at Mara. I'd appreciate if it's just us. We have our paladin. If he's okay with it, as I look at Tauros.
He'll give a nod.
I understand. And he kind of like takes a deep breath and just says, I will continue with the surveying of what damages we've incurred tonight. I know it will be difficult, but do try to get some rest. Like I said, tomorrow we march. And with that, he'll leave you all to your own devices.
Did the Draco Lich Nightmare Beast fucking shrink back to like Mara sized, or is it still huge?
It has over the course of you all talking with Planin, and since it was felled, it has begun shrinking back down to Mara's size.
Gotcha. I was just curious.
I rest Liara down and say, I'm not used. I don't know what exactly to do in this situation, Tauros.
He'll kind of collect Mara's body very carefully and just kind of lay it next to him, next to the body of Liara. And he'll kind of like stand in between them, and he'll take his sword and kind of very gently plant it in the ground. Are there any words you would like to pass to them?
Edgar has been just trying to contain it as all he gets on this moment is just, I'm sorry.
Oberon's just kind of like looking off to the side, not feeling like it's his place to speak.
To also kind of look over to the other two just to see if they have anything to say.
It says no words.
He kind of leaves the space.
Well, I've never been one for the talking, but I guess I'll give them some final words. They didn't deserve what they got, but I'm glad we were able to put them down with some dignity. Whatever was left. Their souls can rest now. And he'll kind of like plant his sword a little firmer as he'll kind of like quietly mutter like a prayer to Bothmalia, and give them their last rites.
Yeah, I'll say you haven't necessarily been trained in how to conduct an Asaurian funeral.
It's quiet and it's kind of like a mishmash of like what he's learned to say with Medir, but he's kind of tried to like workshop it a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me a little religion check for me real quick.
Are you sure it could be athletics?
It could be athletics.
I would like to
Roll.
impose disadvantage.
God damn it. It's a flat 10.
It's a 10, but you're trained in this, so I wasn't expecting like a high DC for this. So
Yeah.
I'd say you're able to change around words and make it so that it's, respectful and not something where you're just basically just saying the
Why am I
a
just
Madeira funeral, basically.
Why am I just picturing like Toro saying all this and then it's just Madeir up by like his fucking office desk, like filling out paperwork, and then the fucking like Mara and Liara just pop up and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and he'll kind of like after he finishes, he'll bring his sword up and sheath it and just we should take care of them.
You mentioned that the dragon that Mara's was fused with belonged to the order of one of your friends, right? Or to Finn.
Did Taurus ever actually tell you guys that?
Oh, did he
I
say
think we
it?
got told.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is just Trey.
Something that
would've
Trey
done that.
knows.
Yeah.
That's a good point though.
I was about to say
I'm
might be.
No, that's okay. That is something that he would bring up because he didn't even say that he got a message, or did he say that he got a message? I can't remember.
I don't think Tauros told
I don't
anyone.
think he did because it was a
There was
fight.
no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do like a little, like, no, because he already checked. Never mind. As he's like kind of like collecting up the bodies to lay them to rest, he'll kind of clear his throat. I think I might know where they've gotten the body of a dragon to fuse with Mara. Before the attack, I was awoken early by a message from Fen. He's still at his monastery, and apparently a corpse of a dragon was stolen from them. Something tells me that this was that dragon.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
I let him know that it is here. So we will probably see him sometime soon.
One good thing. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
I've been taught so many things of evil, but this is sick.
Ooh, shoot.
Just close your eyes, everybody. Close your eyes,
was
everybody.
Don't look! Don't look!
Big mess up on my part.
I was about to say, Jack, do you think it would be fair at this point if Finn popped in?
Yeah, I'd say around now, Fen, like, I'll say Fen doesn't like teleport on top of you all, but Fen kind of like runs up to you all. He's like teleported closer into like the center of the encampment and got over to where you all are.
The game as fast as and he like sees like the somber mood. Boy, what seemed to, and he looks and sees like the body of Mara. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
No.
What happened?
Or as I look to Oberon, our great great grandpa happened. He's Wait, was Fen wasn't what Fen hasn't seen a homunculus monstrosity.
Yeah, he
right?
wasn't
No,
with his Radimus, it
no,
was
he
Elbon.
wasn't. He wasn't
Yeah.
with you guys
Both
for
were
Radimus.
Radimus
Behir
and
or
the
the Behir.
Behir.
Yeah. We've dealt with monstrosities before. Never anything combined with fucking dragon, but it's the Empire.
This goes beyond fucked up at this point. This is and you see him start to like clench his gauntlets. This is a direct insult, a direct action that goes against my very monastery. This, and you see like he actually like starts to almost look like he's breathing fire before he just calms down. They at least deserve this. And he's gonna walk up to the body of Mara and Karlek, and he's gonna, may you all be guided in Eurydice's light. And he's going to attempt a divine intervention.
Ooh, big.
Okay. Let's roll it. I'll say you do like something akin to like the ceremony spell. Like there's light, there's some a sense of like divinity emanating from you as you tap into your connection to your goddess. But there's not necessarily anything fantastical or miraculous that occurs. You definitely get the feeling though of like on top of the funerary rites that Tauros has already performed, that you have you know, gone towards like cleansing this, you know, these corpses
Been
of
put to
the
rest.
yeah
Been
put,
put to rest.
yeah you've undone the crime that was done here, at least for the souls of these creatures.
Well, thank you all for putting her to rest.
Of course, and half of that was our friend too.
Of course. I understand if you want to bury her body, but Karnalek was one of the last remainders of the efforts of the dragons against the Empire. The monastery would very much appreciate if we could bring the body back. If not, I understand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say, Fen, you'll be able to organize with, you know, communicating with your monastery, transportation of the remains of Karnalek back to the resting place where they were meant to remain. That's something that, you know, will take some time to get organized, but it's something that can be, you can definitely start that process now.
Yeah. After that, Finn's just gonna turn to the rest and be like, so, what have you lot been up to? Been a minute.
Well,
Let's go.
Let's go back to your
into our
tent.
camp.
Mhm. Yeah,
We got
you
something a cleric might want to see.
Yeah, so as you all are heading back into camp, you notice there's like Pretty intense disarray. A lot of torn tents. A lot of supplies that have been damaged. Several injured and several appearing dead soldiers within the camp. As people are all being corralled, counted. The wounded are being treated. The dead are being collected. Certainly seems like there were certainly casualties suffered during this battle. Though, as you are walking through, simple surveys of things show that certainly not as much damage had a real army actually come through and ambushed you all in the middle of the night. And the sort of feeling, the tone and feeling hanging in the air of the camp right now is less one of mourning and like fear, and more of this sort of like, you can especially hear it from the survivors, the people that are working to reorganize things, that people here aren't scared or afraid or in mourning. They're angry. And this attack has done very little to inspire feelings of defeat. If anything, it may have only emboldened the people that you walk past. But you do return to your tents and have yourselves a private space to converse with Fen, to catch him up on what's all been going on.
After just being caught up on everything, Fenn's just looking at him, just, you lot got yourself in a deep amount of shit then.
That's about the long and short of it.
Alright. And you see, like, X's hands. I've been needing to try this out for a while. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to see it.
Toros will go into the bag and pull out the goodie.
Mm-hmm. So yes, you see this severed half of a this shining relic of almost pure divine power held in the hands of Tauros.
What would I need to roll to like see what Finn is just getting off of the relic just from like being this close to it?
That would need to be a religion. It has to be religion check. Yeah.
18.
An 18? Yeah. Intensely powerful divine energy. As I said previously, like near pure raw divinity being held within the hands of the paladin at this moment. The kind of thing that has like near limitless potential, even in its halved state right here.
Cool. Upon seeing that, Finn's like, how long can you hold it right there?
10 minutes, give or take.
That's about what I need. And you see he like takes what looks to be just like a few pieces, specifically 4 pieces of like ivory, and he just like holds them between like each finger, and he just like slowly starts muttering before like he like tosses them up in the air, and they slowly turn into like little ivory dragons that go and begin to circle around the seal of power. And then they slowly, after circling it for like the 10 minutes, go back to Finn and start circling his head as Finn's going to cast Legend War.
Holy shit!
Okay.
I thought so.
So, as you cast Legend Lore, what you get is the sense that this is a runoff of excess divinity from the goddess Morgan. The goddess Morgan has claimed so much divinity and has become such a powerful divine figure that regularly, every 1,000 years or so, the excess energy must be shed in some way. In this case, being crystallized and created into this relic. This is something that she needs to do. This is something that she's acquired from her conquest within the realm of the gods of forcibly killing other gods, of taking their power for herself, of subjugating other gods and forcing them and their worshippers to pay homage to her as a higher divinity above their own deities. In the case of Flidane and Len, and that any mortal that is not either chosen by Morgan or is not worthy of using this relic will be killed by the attempt to use it. Though in the brief amount of time between the channeling of the relic and the death of the mortal, they will be granted near limitless power. The ability to so here's I'm saying this mechanically. What it does is it makes it so that you are immune to all damage, you are immune to all conditions, you have true sight, an unlimited range, you you double your movement speed, you are able to use all of your class features without any restrictions. So, like, spells can be used without expending spell slots.
God.
Like, you
Unlimited action surge.
Well, sorry, I should
Like,
say.
I know you can't
once per
action
turn.
surge.
Yeah,
I know you can't action surge. Like, I know that.
The unlimited uses of it once per turn.
Yes, and any attacks that are made while under this effect are deal maximum damage. Any d20 rolls automatically get a plus 15 to any skill checks or attack
Holy
rolls.
Shit. Imagine that smite.
This is attack,
Fireball.
like d20 rolls, not damage rolls.
Yep.
All of your ability scores increase to 30.
Holy shit.
And let me think, if was there anything else. Immune to everything. Oh, you do get a flat plus 15 radiant damage on any attack that you make. That increases to plus 30 if you score a critical hit on an attack. Also, as soon as you use this, roll a d4, and that's how many rounds you have until your character's soul is utterly obliterated with no chance for revival, even with the use of a wish spell.
That's if you're unworthy, correct?
That's if you're unworthy, and if you are not chosen by Morgan.
Even with the wish spell, Christ.
Multiple people can attempt to channel it. And if multiple people channel it, each benefit is reduced by
a percentage.
A percentage. And it also extends the amount of rounds that you can have access to these abilities.
So, like, I imagine like if 2 people share, it goes up to a D6 amount of rounds.
Well,
3, it's a D8.
It goes
Oh,
up
sorry,
to if it's 2 people, it's a D4 plus 1. If it's 3 people, it's a D6. If it's
That's fair.
4 people, it's a D6 plus 1. It's
What if it's a whole army?
Yeah.
a whole army. It would be so diluted at that point that you would basically
Yeah.
maybe get plus 1 to all of your ability scores.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still good. That's
And
not awful.
everyone dies.
And then everyone still
Yeah.
dies.
That's
Yes.
exactly.
And everyone still dies.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Is your army just gets vaporized.
After getting this, is there anything else the thing gets from the legend lore?
This is the last piece that you would get from the legend lore.
Okay.
In the event that someone so this is the excess divinity that Morgan must shed because she has accrued so much divinity from so many sources.
Mhm.
It has enough divinity within it that theoretically, according to some scholars of divinity, it could even revive a dead god.
Oh no.
After hearing that,
Oh.
and tell me if this is a no. Finn, with his religious knowledge and his
Oh, sorry. It would need a full relic to be able to revive a dead god. I should
Okay.
specify.
Okay. Knowing everything that he knows now, and with his proficiency in religion and arcana, can he look at it and can he look from the legend lore and see what would count as worthy? Like, what would the classification of worthy be?
So what you would understand is that because this is divinity, regardless of where Morgan originally sourced this divinity from, it is still hers. The worthiness of the wielder would have to fall under the qualifications of Morgan, which would mean that they would need to be someone who fully embodies the ideals that Morgan adheres to and promotes, in which case would be conquest, sovereignty, and war.
Okay.
So the basic the idea that you get is that you would have to be someone who is fully committed to the conquest of all known realms.
Okay.
We can do
After
that.
having learned this is purely, as Finn's looking at it, I'd say Tauros is maybe the only person that can see this. In his eyes, like he's focusing, and you just see this burning desire for something suddenly appear in his eyes. Jack, can Finn make an Arcana check to see what kind of weapon or spell this could potentially be crafted to against Morgan potentially?
Yeah, I would well do an Arcana
Maybe not
check
even against Morgan. Maybe not even against Morgan, just in general.
if it can be made into a weapon.
Yes.
That would be I will make that an Arcana check. Yes.
Six.
With the 16, you have no knowledge of any way that you could graft this relic into a weapon that would not utterly destroy the wielder. And most likely the materials that go into the weapon itself.
It's had that 29.
Mm-hmm. It's similar to the to someone trying to channel the energy within it for them to use it. It would potentially you could create a magic item or an artifact using this, but the amount of skill that would need to be involved and the survivability of anyone using it or even of the artifact itself is highly questionable.
Maka. Understood, Taurus. You kind of see that fire like completely snuff out in his eyes. All right, and Finn's just going to explain what he found out from it. But
Is he going to include the part about it being able to resurrect a dead god?
yeah, he'll bring it up.
Okay.
Edgar's eyes go wide.
No, before you
Fuck.
start,
No,
Or-
no. I know. I don't think we could tell planning. That part.
I think that most likely would be for the best.
Fen, from what you learned, what about destroying it? Do we need both halves to do that?
Yes, sorry, I should have specified that during the Legend Lore info dump. Yes, it has to be made whole for it to be destroyed again.
Did I
What-
know what could destroy it?
The only way to destroy it is for someone to use it.
Oh, god damn
Thought
it.
so.
One of us dying, baby.
Here it comes, baby. Martyr marathon
Martyr-
again.
Do we have to
Yo,
roll
the
rollies
marathon
again to see
rollies
who gets
once
to
again.
die?
No, I think you guys have to do
Oh.
PvP. I think you guys have to do PvP to decide who
No,
gets to die.
listen.
I'm just gonna let
you
all them
guys,
fight and
you
I'm gonna
guys
sneak
can
up
do
on someone.
rollies. You guys can do rollies. Me and Edgar are just beating the shit out of each
We're
other.
going to-
That's
we're
how this
fighting.
goes.
We do that, and Taurus is over there. It's like I use it.
You don't know you don't know where Edgar and Oberon are as we go to the Naruto universe and where Naruto and Sasuke have their
Final Valley.
At the final
You guys
valley.
come back,
Yeah.
and the three of us used it together while you were gone.
Guardians of the Galaxy style.
And then we're just like, all right, cool.
Alright,
Win-win for us.
Jack, correct me if I'm wrong. If it's used by multiple people, does everybody involved die?
Yes, everyone involved would still die.
Oh. Okay. Finn just like
And not just die, have their souls
Yeah,
so
yeah.
thoroughly obliterated that not even Wish could bring them back.
listen. It's
That
already
was part of
happened.
the way out.
It's listen. I've already
just-
done this to one character. What's another?
No,
God.
it's T. It's gotta be T so she gets
Alice-
out of her
Alice
contract.
found a
Yep.
way out.
There we go.
Somehow
T has nothing to
Colin,
live for.
somehow Colin was like,
Definitely not.
nope. Somehow actually manages to save your soul. It's like, nope.
Mhm.
Who said she needs her soul?
Finn will just turn to the others. Just you've gotten into some very dangerous company. I would love nothing more than to assist you all, but the monastery. All right. Before I start to head back, two things. One, I can do that spell one more time. If you have anything, a person or an item that you would want me to. One more time. And two, and he turns to UT. Please don't take this the wrong way. I need your measurements.
My measurements?
Yes.
I've been asked weirder ways before. Go for it.
Okay. And he's just going to let.
Takes out a little like a
Yeah, no, he
tailor's
literally
like
he takes out like the tailor like tape, just like.
Yep.
Right.
Should we leave?
I was
I
picturing I was even picturing fucking Home Depot, like a fucking like actual straight up
Tape measure.
fucking measuring tape. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh.
And he like finishes that up. All right, that should work.
Is there anything we'd like to research before we let Van go?
There's the Empress.
Of course.
There's our grandfather.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
This is Trey frantically going over his notes, seeing if there is
AJ as well,
anything
trying
else.
to
If there's
Listen.
any fucking thing.
We're going to
should
war
nudge him
with
over
the
the
Empire.
Yo,
Tor-
this is Oberon's mind right here though. How fucking funny would it be if we just did it on Lady Ward and just drop like all her fucking life story on her?
Emotionally manipulate her while we fight. That'd be good.
We're going to war,
Jack.
dude. And Tauros is super scared of this bitch, but he wants to know more about Madir. No one fucking knows about this scary ass dude.
Remind me of the story with the tree in Avon again.
Yes, so when the Immortal Empress first conquered what is now the city of Avon, it was once a holy landmark for Asori that they would have pilgrimages to. It also, there was the temple that you all found in the caves beneath Avon, where some of that worship would happen at the site of the crack in the wall. And when the Immortal Empress was marching on the city, one Asori managed to stay behind and with the blessings of Malia, was able to unlock an intense transformation within themselves to become a massive skeletal being that, while ultimately ending up being defeated and fully calcifying into the large tree now standing in the center of Avon, was able to buy enough time to allow many Asori to flee from the place before they could be butchered by the elven armies.
Edgar speaks up then and just says, I know we might find out something more about the Empress and about our great-grandpa, but I don't know if we're going to get their weakness from that and have another idea. When we go to attack Haven, that's going to be the hardest fucking thing we do, because that's the heart of the Empire, and everyone who's powerful is there, and we're going to be at a severe disadvantage. But what if there's a chance to pull something up on them? Something that fucked up the Immortal Empress way back in the day. As I tell the story of the tree, and I say, what if there's a way, and I look at Tauros, to learn how to get that bone monster back to help in that fight?
That'd be fucking huge. Can I don't know how much it would help. Can I roll to see if I've ever heard any tales of like anything more than like scary stories about Asori being in the Paladin Order and how if anyone's dealt with them, or how they would react, or like what's the overall vibe in the Order of like they're just myths, or it's like holy shit that thing will fuck us up, that kind of thing,
You can try. I'll let you know. It would be a very high DC because you never really advanced very far in the order to be able to learn it just on your own.
Okay.
That would be a history check to try.
If I see Tauros thinking hard, I cast guidance.
That's only a +1. That's an 11.
Add a D4.
Hold on, Jack. Hold on,
Please let
buddy.
it be a 1.
That's a 2,
Aw,
Jack.
damn it.
That's a 4.
13.
That's a 13.
Yeah, you never heard any story about giant skeleton monsters
Oh,
or anything
man, I-
like that.
Just missed it.
It was the next class.
That tree was a being?
The story, and I mean, we can talk to Planet more about that if we want. But I think Fenn's got to leave soon. I'm just saying it's another possibility.
Option.
Don't. It feels like we have too many options. So
No.
let's put it to a vote right here. All in favor of using it on the Immortal Empress. All in favor of using it on her grandfather. Oberon's hand will
Oh. What are the options? The Empress, fucking old man, tree.
If anyone's got anything else, speak up.
Empress Old Man Tree.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Arbor Day. Toroso raises his hand at OG Claudius, OG Claudius.
Right? And then all in favor of the tree.
T.
Edgar.
Essa.
Bullshit.
Bullshit, Oberon. Let's kill him.
Yeah,
I'm shocked. I'm shocked you picked Claudius over the Empress.
I'm surprised no
That
one went for
surprised
the
me.
Empress. That's,
Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna go
With some
Empress.
good options.
all right.
Alice just wants a giant bone monster. Let's be real
I
here.
think that would be so cool.
I
Mhm.
also do, but like
Zach just
OG
wants to bone
Claudius
the
is
giant monster. Wait,
Wait, whoa.
No,
Wait.
so are we casting legend lore about the tree in the center of Avon?
Yes.
Wait, if Fenn votes for OG Claudius, it's a split.
Finn would vote for the Immortal Empress, if anything, so we
Okay.
can.
All right. So
And Finn also abstained, so
so with the legend lore, what you learn is that the tree was once the Asori known as Lakar Coccyx.
Come on, guys.
Wait, this man fucking laughed.
I'll write that down.
Alice, I'll give you $5 if you can tell me where your coccyx is.
It's your tailbone.
Is it?
Yes.
Wait, is it actually? Did you actually get that?
Yeah, she actually got
Holy
it.
shit.
Dude, I'm a dancer, not a complete idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Coccyx was.
Complete.
So Lakar was an Asori woman who was actually a spiritual leader that resided at the at where Avon is now. She was one who performed a lot of rites. Was effectively she was a level 20 cleric. And what happened was during the attack on this holy site, so what happened was that this was the place where Lakar made a stand and beseeched the goddess, specifically beseeched Femora and reached her through Baphomalia with a divine intervention that she offered her own life to perform, in which she grew into a gargantuan skeletal monster that had many different limbs all throughout its body that ran amok, managed to pin down forces, and it wasn't until Ava Nemain managed to infiltrate and seize the original relic of Morrigan and activate its powers and take them for her own, that she was able to emerge and defeat Lakara. And it was, and even though she managed to kill Lakar, the divine intervention was so powerful that it made it so that Lakar's skeletal body could not be destroyed. That for all the years to come, this is an effectively invincible structure, which is why it had to be built around Avon had to be built around the tree as opposed to them just destroying and removing it. But it seems that this was a moment of earnest pleading and offering and sacrifice in order to save others. That was that allowed Lakar to become this creature. There's not necessarily been any legends or scholarship that would suggest that this miracle could be repeated. Though it happened once, it's not impossible for it to happen again. The exact details of how one would do it are unclear.
But if there was a place to possibly talk to the one who did it, it might be the point of coalescence right under the tree.
Could be.
All right. Wish that there was more that I could do to help you.
You've been incredibly helpful.
Appreciate it. Thank you all for what you did.
Of course.
Toros, you can still keep the armor.
Whew. Taurus will extend an arm to shake.
Then I'll shake it.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. Don't think I'm not doing anything either. Working on a couple of gifts.
We look forward to it.
And he exits the tent and begins getting stuff set up to take the body away.
All right. So, I'm not sure if anyone has anything that they especially want to get done before the night is over.
I go check on Ken. I know they're being looked over and getting
Yes.
de-chipped.
Yes. So you go over to a medic tent where Kanasha is being observed at the moment. The healers and wizards working with them has found that they found where the pin was inserted, and they are currently working to remove it. Kin has been sedated to allow for this. It's effectively a surgery at this point, even with it gets explained to you by one of the healers that normally when magic is used to scry on someone, it's by observing the person. When it's this specific item and it's an item that's been buried inside of a person, that makes it a much trickier spell to be able to observe them with. But they are confident that, because the wizards here have been, doing their observations, and they are confident that once the pin is removed, that the only way to be able to scry on Kanasha would be with the regular use of the scrying spell, as opposed to the assistance get granted by the pin itself. But they do assure you that this should be a fairly rudimentary procedure. That they don't expect that anything too troubling should happen, considering the pin was inserted in such a way to not kill Kanasha, so that they could be used to track down where this location was. So yeah. And then after, if you continue to wait throughout the night, after a few hours, Kin is back up. The pin's been removed and has been destroyed with a dispelling spell, and also just thoroughly obliterated through means both magical and mundane.
Edgar, throughout the whole process, tries really hard to stop asking how he can help, knowing he's getting in their way.
I think at a certain point, Sierra comes up because she's been working with she provided the anesthesia for Kin.
Gives her son some too.
Yeah, basically has to how if there's a drunk person and you're trying to get them to calm down, you give them a task so that they focus on that instead of on trying to do whatever crazy thing they were trying to do. She basically does that with you. She's
I got a coloring book.
But yeah, so eventually Kin does wake up. They're fine, but they do look at you and they're just like, I should have known that they did something to me when I was unconscious. I can't believe that I let this happen.
That's not your fault. That's all of us. All it means is another reason to kill her.
Right.
Which will happen in due time.
No, yeah. I'm not going to shed any tears over that woman.
I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you. I'm glad my mistake didn't get you killed.
Now, I know we've just been doing 25 words. I've got a lot of fucking shit to tell you. Let's just spend the night talking to Kanasha.
All right. Any other activities anyone wanted to get done before it's the dawning of a new day?
How late is it? Now?
It's fairly late. This attack happened close to midnight, so it's like no one here got a full night's rest before all this happened, and then there's hustle and bustle of people getting things organized and people taking care of the remains of the dead and things like that, but that's only going to be going on for a little bit, and then at some point everyone's got to go to sleep. So
all right.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, the next day comes. The march is delayed by a bit for there to be a funeral service for those who lost their lives in the ambush. Casualties, thanks to your intervention, did remain relatively low. Less than 200 people perished during this conflict, and that's less than 200 people were killed or injured in this. Injured in such a way that they won't be able to go on the march. Those who were injured are going to be relocated to the civilian camp for them to recuperate and also act as a sort of, emergency reserves in the event that any attacks on the civilian camp happen. As it's been explained to you, the civilian camp will be moved to Ongar once the city is captured. it's safer within the walls of a city than it is out in the bare jungle. And unless Planin would have come to meet with you all and let you all know this, and after the funeral, the council would announce that the march will still begin, and that the current plan is to march on Ongar. Once arriving, set up camps outside of the city, and then an envoy will be sent to the walls of the city to parlay with the Duchess, so that terms can be, negotiated and surrender requested and all that good stuff. So yeah. Now the march to Ongar. During the march, things are fairly uneventful. It's a large army moving through, so any time that any things that would come up, like any monster attacks or things like that, are easily handled. Most creatures do not attack because you don't attack a pack that's bigger than yours. And within
real quick, I would like to make a sparrow egg check.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
You make a nature check.
All right, come on, baby. Come on. Can I guidance myself? I can.
Yeah, I believe so.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Fuck.
Oh.
Wait,
7.
Wait. 9.
So a 9.
Best number.
It's really strange. You're not seeing any sparrows, even though you're certain that sparrows are native to jungles. If there's any place that a sparrow is going to live, it's going to be the Fladaean jungle.
At some point, Colic just sees me carrying a bunch of different eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just embarrassed, put them down, and walk away.
Next time you see Colic after doing this, you see so you don't actually see this from Colic. You do just see several of her mushrooms running around with runny yolk and egg white on their heads. They look like they're happy. They're wearing little hats.
Okay.
They're so cute.
I killed them.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Is Planin marching with us?
Planin is. All of the council is marching onto Ongar. Planin, it's already been discussed that should battle be what happens, Planin will remain back with the within the camp. That Planin is not one well suited to combat. But the other members of the council, including Hildra, will be participating in the attack. Hildra acting in her father's stead. After 5 days of marching, you all do manage to come to the outskirts of the city of Ongar. The walls are imposing at 15 feet of height. There's a large gate at the front of the city that was immediately shut and barred upon the first sighting of your army. And as you all prepare camp, you do see that several guards are milling about on the ramparts of the walls. People are looking and things like that. It's you did not come unnoticed. And upon making camp, the council is called in along with several other officers, of which you all are considered a part of. And a meeting is called to discuss who shall be members of the envoy going to speak with the Duchess Celine Oliver, Duchess of Fladaean. of the people there, Mela has volunteered to be a part of it. Helska and Skixie have both declined to be members of the Envoy, though Helska was certainly never considered to be a potential member of the Envoy. Planin has also said that he would be willing to, and an open call has been brought up for anyone here. They say that they do think that it would need to be a smaller group, but that anyone who believes that they could assist in negotiations are welcome to join. And Malika has actually volunteered to join the Envoy.
Malika is a human?
Yes.
Gotcha.
She was because she was kind of with the civilians, right, Jack? But she wants to be. I'm assuming we brought her for diplomacy.
Yes, she's agreed to serve as a general envoy to the general populations of the empire, as a sort of liaison between the general population and the alliance itself. She's here to show they're not going to kill everyone.
Not everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Just most ones.
When she offers to go, Tauros will offer if she'll have him as a personal guard for her.
Yeah, she'll accept.
Oberon will volunteer to go.
Okay. Planin will actually turn to you, T, and will say, we unfortunately find ourselves without our best negotiator. She is still with our rebellion allies in the east. I understand that you are one who is quite skilled in speaking with others and helping them to understand things in a way that multiple parties can find agreement with. Would you be willing to come with us and serve as envoy to the city of Ongar?
Absolutely. I might as well use the gift of the gab. I never get to with these. Gesturing to her party.
Right. Yeah. So seems like is I guess I'll just double check, is Edgar and Essa going to be joining with this group of envoys?
Hey, Etsa, and I pull Etsa to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I'm not good with the talking shit. I think you feel the same.
Yeah.
I'm cool with hanging back, if you are. I trust our camp, but I also don't trust our camp, right? If that makes sense.
I get you. Do we know who else is going with T again?
So
So
it's
far?
T, Malika, Planin, Hildra will be going with Planin to serve as guard. Tauros is going with Malika to serve as guard. And Mela Torgroth, the bugbear member of the council, will be going on to the envoy as well.
If anything happens out here, you think you and Oberon can hold down the fort pretty well?
Oberon's going with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Oberon is going as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll hang back if Oberon's going with them. I'll hang back with Edgar.
Okay.
I guess
Um,
that's the point. I'm in
but-
particular just want to keep an eye on the other leaders of the council, just to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Philp, Skixie, and Helska are going to be staying behind. So they're the three other council leaders there. Okay.
Cool.
before we fully before the team kind of fully breaks, Tauros will kind of ask Planin, be like, "Do you mind if I talk to you in private?
Sure. Well, how may I assist you?
He's like he in his head he's trying to form how to say it. My mother is a high-ranking guard in
You were going to
Avon.
say a wonderful woman.
Is a wonderful woman. You have to meet her. She is a high-ranking guard in Avon. I don't know if she's currently there, but how dangerous would it be to reach out via your magic to send a spell, a message to her? She might even be able to give us information that could be helpful.
If you trust her, I would be willing to use one of my sending spells to try to reach her.
She's the reason I'm alive and the reason I got out, so
I see.
I trust her.
Yeah, he'll agree. So what are you going to send to?
All right.
Uh,
It's 25.
yes.
He'll try to
There's
keep it
nothing-
pretty.
I was going to say, because nothing bad happened the last time we trusted a female older
Don't.
figure.
Or not gonna.
Yeah,
He's not gonna fucking dox himself. He's just gonna be like,
I am here at this time and this
here's
date.
my IP address.
They know you're here.
Yeah.
If you think that the Duchess hasn't already told the Empire that you're here, you're all fools.
Yeah.
He's like, we can handle this. The Empire doesn't need to know.
He'll tell him to relay, like in a manner of, this is your son. I am safe. What is the city like? Are you safe?
You will hear back. I am safe. Ongar is well fortified. Smaller army, though. Have heard rumors of something big hidden to defend the city.
Ooh. All right. Charles will kind of nod and just thank you for reaching out.
Of course. I'm always happy to help one of the heroes of monsters. He'll say with like kind of a not a shit-eating grin, but just kind of like a I'm trying to be funny.
There is a very genuine smile on Taurus's face that lingers a little more than you prepped for the talk.
Okay. All right. So you all begin approaching the walls of the city, all holding a white flag. And as you approach the walls, you'll hear Planin call out, "The Monstrous Alliance approaches, seeking to parley with the Duchess Celine Oliver to negotiate the surrender of the city of Ongar." There's some like chatter, and then a guard like looks down and says, "We have your word that you will not cause any trouble if we let you in." And Planin just kind of like nods and says, "We shall only defend ourselves if we are attacked, but other than that, we promise no funny business."
Why do I picture Planet being that guy being like, I'm hip with the kids?
Yeah.
Edgar has a moment where he's like, God, every Asori is fucking awkward.
Asori have the orc thing of negative charisma, or they have negative charisma modifier.
Mm-hmm. So your small envoy group is brought in to the palace in Ongar. You all are at the throne room. There's this like very elaborate stained glass window depicting the goddess of the Fledaean jungle in the background, and seated in the throne is a dark elf woman who seems like mildly concerned that you all are here. And standing next to her is another dark elf woman who seems to be watching you all intently. She wears reinforced leather gear and carries several knives and daggers and a rapier at her hip. And then upon entering, Planin gives a bow and says, "Greetings, your Duchess. We are members of the Monstrous Alliance, and we seek to liberate this empire from the oppressive shackles that the Immortal Empress has forced it under. In doing so, we have gathered an army, as you see, just on the outsides of the city, and we do plan to lay siege to this city and conquer it and occupy it as our own. However, before we do so, we would also be willing to negotiate terms of surrender so as to avoid any unnecessary bloodshed." And the Duchess kind of just like looks down at Planin and then says, "I don't see why I would need to do that. Ongar has its defenses. We have plenty of supplies within our city to stave off hunger in the event of a siege, and even if you did manage to wait us out, the army of the Immortal Empress would arrive here far quicker than any time it would take for you to actually starve my citizens." And Planin will respond to her saying, "Well, that may be true. We do have a bit of a time crunch, but I do promise you, my lady, that it is in your own interest to surrender to us now instead of forcing our hand against you." And he will make a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a 20.
Nice.
And she will just kind of sneer down at him and say, "I remain unconvinced. How could your army manage to penetrate our defenses?"
Jack,
Mhm.
while she's saying this, can I roll an insight check to see if she actually is as like just aloof as she's projecting, or is it like just a face that she's,
Yeah, go
or
ahead.
like a public face?
Yeah, give an insight.
That's a 30.
No,
That's a 30. So with your insight,
Dirty.
you definitely get that there's an overwhelming sense of confidence, and also just the Imperial army is coming. I don't have to actually worry about these people. However, with your 30, you will get from the woman standing next to the Duchess the sense of I'm not so certain. And at this point, Planin will look back to the envoy, and he'll just say, "Well, perhaps one of my colleagues here can help convince you of the drive and determination of our forces. We do plan on making this city our own fairly shortly. And he'll kind of like turn to you, T. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned this. The plan is that in the event that they fail these negotiations, they aren't going to siege. They're just going to attack the city because they know that the council knows that they can't do a siege, because if they do a siege, then the Imperial Army is going to show up and fight them before they can starve out the city. So the idea is that we're going to have to do a fast, quick, dirty attack to try to break down the defenses, but in such a way that focuses on preserving the defensive structures. So it'll have to be something that focuses on actually eliminating and destroying the people defending the city, as opposed to breaking down the walls of the city.
I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
I know we already got a bit of a vibe check, but what I'm specifically looking for is what kind of hits home the most. Is this woman looking for logic? Do I think that a fear tactic would work best here? Like what is going to hit this woman and be the most effective?
Yeah. So surface thoughts on the Duchess are very much like what Oberon was getting. A very like confident, very we can wait. The Imperial Army will show up. It won't even be like the battle won't even take a day for them to wipe out all the forces. This is, once the army gets here, I don't have to worry about anything. I honestly, it's a thing of I'm bored and I just want this to be over with so I can go back to, having my life. This is just, to her, this is an annoyance, not a threat. The surface level thoughts you get from the woman standing next to her are, this may be the fall of Ongar. This may be the ruin of the Duchess.
Got the brains.
The Duchess needs to survive no matter what.
Okay. The Duchess needs to survive no matter what. That's fascinating. Okay. I'm very tempted to probe deeper.
I will say
But
something you could clock in this instance is if they sense that you're casting magic on them,
it would be taken poorly.
It would be taken as a sign of aggression, as a these people are attacking
You would
us.
break the ceasefire essentially.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying if you do, there could be deadly consequences.
Okay. You know what? You guys have been celebrating T for her amazing decision making. Let's see what you think of this one.
Let me deafen real quick so I don't have to hear this shit.
We're about to witness the death of everyone but Essa and Edgar.
No. It's a little funner than that, guys.
It's gonna turn.
No. However, T turns to these dignitaries and says, "Well, I understand that we may not appear intimidating at first glance. I do assure you that there is quite more than meets the eye. We meet you on this even playing ground as a sign of respect for the title that you do hold and the way that you have run this city over the years. We absolutely do have more metal than is at first glance." And T is going to, is this going to be too aggressive? T is going to minor illusion. That's much less aggressive.
Yes.
Minor illusion.
I was gonna disguise self, but we're just minor illusioning. It's less intimidating. Um, like it's minor illusion, so it's not super detailed. We're not giving away the ghost. Um, an image of all of the awesome forms of the party as just an
Mm-hmm.
example of the kind of change that pretty much every person in this room can go through and get so much more powerful.
Right.
So she just like puts out her hands and casts
Plannon's
that
just like,
image.
this is me at my strongest.
Yeah, give me an intimidation check with
He
that.
puffs up a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
he
tries- just-
sticks out his chest.
21.
21, very good. You feel in your detect thoughts, surface level thoughts of the Duchess have shifted to, that's not what I was expecting to see. But ultimately still very much in the sense of the army will deal with it. And but from the woman standing beside her, you get the thought of the Duchess might not survive an attack on the city.
So you see, madam, it is what makes us so different and othered. That makes us exactly as powerful as we are. We have strength on our side, if not sheer number. And she ceases the spell.
The Duchess kind of like sits there, thinks, and then says, "You." I'll say this: I can respect the confidence that you all have approached my city with. I will not have you all killed and have your heads sent back over the walls of the city to this pathetic army that you seem to think can challenge the entirety of the empire. I will allow you to go spend the last remaining weeks of your lives as you sit and stare at our walls as they refuse to break until the Empire's army comes and severs your heads for me. And then she turns to the woman beside her, says, "At least I believe that you can show our guests back where they came from." At least the woman standing next to her does start to walk down with you all as the Duchess gets up and just leaves the room through another walkway. As she does so, Elise will approach you, T,
Mhm.
and say, yes, I'm sorry, come with me, and begin leading you all out of the palace. As she does, she will hand you a note, T. It's in a way that like it's just as she's passing by, like there's still guards all over this palace. Uh, she kind of just slips it into your hand. You didn't even see her write this. Like this was something that was done as she was walking towards you in a way that could not even be perceived.
Mhm.
As you all exit the palace, if you do look at the note,
Oh, definitely.
you will see written very quickly, scrawled on it, is a message saying, I do not wish to see my Duchess killed. I can provide you access to the palace if you promise that she gets to keep her life. Speak with me in the speak with me beneath the dead tree 10 minutes walk from your camp at night if you wish to discuss terms.
Fascinating.
She will, once they're back at camp, share this with the team.
Yeah, so I'll say this is another council meeting. Everyone is here for this. And you'll see that everyone's like kind of muttering, and then a lot of people are like voicing concerns that this is some sort of a trap. Uh, but there are other people that are saying like, if she's going to be meeting us outside of the city walls, what kind of a trap would that be? That's a terrible idea for a trap. Um, blah 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 blah.
This person does understand our power and is afraid of us. I peered into her mind. She knows what we're capable of. I do think this is sincere.
And I'll say with that, I won't even make you roll. I think you get enough people. There's enough assenting voices in this meeting that people are at least like saying like, let's at least hear her out.
Mm.
And so night comes. Do you go to meet her under the dead tree?
What does my party have to say about it?
Sorry, yes.
And it's only T going?
She didn't specify it has to be T alone.
It's not specified in the note.
Much safer for you. At least all of us went.
So
If this is some kind of trap, we alone can at least handle that.
Yeah, if it gets us in the palace without having to go through the civilians, I think it's a worthy risk.
Shows that we want to spare lives. We're not here to kill people, we're here for fucking rights.
Oberon?
Seems like the safest course of action. Only thing that I'm wondering is, what do we do if the Duchess refuses to surrender?
I have a feeling she wouldn't have made this promise if she didn't have an idea of how to get the Duchess out.
My big
Or
guess are we
convince
don't
her.
get the Duchess in the end. We just kick her out.
And it does say that we just have to leave her with her life. Doesn't say that we can't harm her. We can always knock her out.
We can always chop her arm off.
just a little.
I'm not eliminating any possibilities.
We're just going to fry boiler like that one member of Villain's Vein.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
It
That
still
was the
smells.
last time we were in this town.
Mm-hmm.
As we got to Ongar, it still smells like
Mhm.
that.
Ugh.
Burning corpse.
Like burning bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No. Let's at least hear what she has to say.
All right.
Yeah. So you all go to the dead tree. There you see Elise standing there, and she nods to you all and says, "My Duchess is a proud woman, not one who would willingly surrender the city for fear of what that would do to her reputation within the Empire. However, if during the assault on the city she were to escape out of fear for her life, then in that event, I believe that she may be able to remain living with her honor and dignity intact. I know of a spot along the wall of the city near the docks where I can ensure that the a small team will be able to enter in and infiltrate the city. However, in order to make sure that this can happen, there will need to be a distraction keeping the attention of the guards and military within the city itself. I don't think that I can provide assistance unless there is a battle ongoing. But if there is a battle occurring at the gates of the city, forcing the attention of the army and guards within it, then I do believe that a team may be able to infiltrate and reach the palace and forcibly remove the Duchess in my care so that she can be assured to survive the attack. And once the Duchess is gone, the city will be yours.
Define small team.
This would need to be a team of people, even though this would be during a battle, this would need to be a team of people who can travel lightly. That would be, if not experts in, then at least have the inclination towards stealth.
We're all out.
All right, Oberon, it's our time to shine.
Yep.
Clink, 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 clink.
Mhm.
Clink, clink, clink.
Possibly no larger than 5 or so members. Though I am sure that as soon as you enter the palace, and with my assistance in incapacitating the guards within, you will find it very easy to reach the throne room and capture the Duchess. And then with my valiant rescue of her and her regaining consciousness safely outside of the city, she doesn't need to know exactly what happened for her to reach that situation.
May I insight check, please?
Yes, you may.
I
Yes.
want to insight, but I want to insight why she's trying so hard for the Duchess.
Oh, we all know why.
I kind of figured, but I want to make
Edgar
sure.
doesn't.
No. No one's had that conversation with him yet.
No.
Wait, what do you mean girls can like girls?
You see, Edgar, when a girl and a girl love each other very much.
So,
Hey, get scissors.
people using insight to determine if she is telling the truth, you all get the sense that this is what she has planned, and that she is speaking truthfully. Dakota, your insight to try to specifically understand her motivation. You do notice that she does speak with a certain fondness when referring to her Duchess. But she looks to you all and says, "So, do we have a plan?"
When would you be able to enact this?
I can make preparations tonight. If battle begins sometime during midday tomorrow, I'll only need you to have your infiltration team, come around once the battle has begun on the gates. I will say, if you can manage to scale the walls and enter into the gatehouse itself, you should be able to find the mechanisms to unlock the gate, and in doing so, find a way into the city that doesn't require you breaking down its walls. Something I think that, and she says, like, looking around to you all, think you would all be fairly interested in. Walls that are destroyed hardly fare well in sieges.
How tall are the walls, Jack?
They're 15 feet tall, so they're not like the most imposing walls that a city's ever seen, but, it'll still take like ladders to be able to actually scale them. Especially
That or somebody very big.
that or somebody very big, yeah.
Yo.
Do we have to attack on Titan this bitch?
Rumbling.
Yeah,
Would you give us a moment to discuss?
of course, by all means.
We do our patented side huddle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Side huddle exactly like 3 feet to the left of her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Keep looking up at her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to disclose that we know this information, but I had Planin reach out to Elda the other night. And she mentioned that it's a small group here that they have already. And like she mentioned earlier the other day, shit starts up, they're just gonna send more. But Elda did mention that they have something big here as a little surprise. She didn't know what, but apparently something's here that they are ready to use if need be. We could
Then-
ask what that is, but
Then the most likely option would be I would assume that it would be in the castle. You keep your most valuable asset, or you keep your most powerful asset guarding your most valuable asset. So I would say that whoever is on the infiltration team needs to be ready for things to go south. I don't know why. I know this is a serious moment. All I could picture was her being like, Elise being like, I'll take care of the guards. We get there. And she's just fucking porcupined, and all the guards are still alive.
Jack has been watching Game of Thrones, so I don't trust this.
The reins of Castamere.
I think it's best shot of doing this with least casualties.
But to you guys, I look at Tauros and Oberon here. Are you guys gonna be part of the infiltration team? You're fucking badasses. Stealth isn't really your thing.
we're loud.
Yeah.
But that might be what we need if we're making a distraction.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think that
having a
in this. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was like,
No?
having a giant soldier staring out the walls might be the best distraction we could ask for.
Me, Tauros, and Wolf will then draw their gaze away, and the three of you should be able to make your way in.
Do you want to be infiltration? I mean, I feel like you could really do either.
You know, I can get loud and I can be quiet. I'm fine wherever I'm needed.
What do you
Work
feel?
in brothel.
What do you want for dinner?
Make a decision, Alice.
It's the same thing when actually Zach
Um,
asks me what I want for dinner. I don't know.
No, take your time. We're not in any
Of the
fucking rush.
stereotype of the girl who can never decide where she wants to eat. It's the same thing with infiltration or distraction.
That's the
And
most
then
passive
when
aggressive I've
Zach-
ever heard Edgar. Jesus Christ.
And then Zach's like, all right, we're going to fucking what's the fucking place? Pizzas, like
Oh no.
What?
What?
Pizza Planet?
Pizza
No,
Planet from the hit
Gara.
film Toy Story?
No,
You're
not
thinking of
Spaghettis?
spaghetti.
Oh my god.
It was a fucking
Why?
It was a fucking
I was
god.
expecting a Garo crossover.
That was
Zach-
quite the journey
That's
to
been
get to
wild.
that
was.
reference.
I knew it was a pizza place.
Oh my
No,
god.
it's Zach being
Oh.
like,
It was
"You
a
want those-"
diner originally. You guys made it a pizza place.
Zach's like, we're going to spaghettis, and Alice is like, but spaghettis doesn't sound good.
Mhm.
At least I'm
Jack,
not that good.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Yes, please, the game we're playing.
My big old horse, could it fit 2 people on him?
He could, but it wouldn't be effective in battle.
It's okay. If there are 2 people going in, I can have my horse on standby. At least get 2 people out quickly on the back end if things go south. I can have my horse kind of stationed and be ready to bolt if you guys need to hop on. But the most he can carry is maybe 2.
Yeah, will be good too. But we also have our rings if shit really hits the fan.
Yeah.
I will also, if we're splitting up, which I never think is a good idea, but we'll get the sending stone from probably Kanasha and give that to the other party so we can communicate at least once with each
Oberon
other.
still doesn't have the ring,
Yeah.
right? Fen still has
Yes.
his. Okay.
Yep.
So ideally, infiltration goes to them, not the other
Yeah.
way around.
That I was
Well,
thinking like
actually,
if
no.
Oberon,
Toros doesn't have the ring.
Tauros is right.
Right,
Oberon
okay.
has it now
Yeah.
because of
Wait,
sacrifice.
no, didn't you give it back?
No, not yet.
No, I gave you back the boots. I gave you back the boots. Tauros
Yeah, you
doesn't
gave
have
me
them.
back the boots.
Yep. Right.
My thinking was having Oberon, like if Oberon Taurus had the rings was once the distraction once we're inside and the distraction has worked, just have like them teleport in to help us with the fight. Because I assume there's going to be a big fight.
Do
At least a
we
little
want
bit
to
of one.
retcon? Do we want to retcon? Ask. Well, Fen just used his, right?
Finn had
So
just
Fens
used
wouldn't
his to
work
get
for a
that.
week.
Yeah.
Is a week cold now?
It's been 5 days. It took 5 days for you guys to get to Ongar.
Yeah, so even if we did have it, it wouldn't be effective right now.
No, actually, it could
Nope.
be if only 2 of the 3 people going in wore the rings, then Tauros and Oberon could be given the other 2 and bamf in. But
Yeah.
if you guys need to bamf out, not everybody could bamf out.
But we'll have the horse as that backup plan
Mhm.
for me and
Mhm.
Etsa. And T, if T wants to go inside.
Yeah, Alice, what decision are you making?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Well, if the escape plan involves the horse and that requires just 2, then I can stay with the distraction.
But if the escape plan involves the whore, then
Then that's tea, baby!
All right.
Listen, I'm so upset. Did anybody hear my joke when Alice was like, "I can be loud or quiet," and
No,
I was
I
like,
heard
"Well,
it.
you did work in a brothel."
I heard it.
Yes,
We all heard it.
Mother, I did not hear that.
Okay.
I thought you did.
Everybody just kept moving on, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, "Damn."
No, it was good. I was waiting for Alice's
Tough round.
You hecker.
So it sounds like you all are good to go with the plan. There's going to be Tauros, T, and Oberon on distraction, Edgar and Essa on infiltration. And
I look at Essa. Essa, everything goes wrong when it's me and you.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that's good this time. It went right once.
And it sounds like the horse will be on standby for the infiltration team, and infiltration team will have 2 of the teleportation rings. Is that right?
Yeah, they'll
I'll give mine
Wait,
up.
no. Infiltration only.
Only has
only
one.
one.
I'm
That way
giving
someone
mine
can
up
take a horse.
to Tauros.
Okay. All right.
Actually, hold up. Do we want me to give mine up because I'm faster?
You're faster. Yeah.
I can double dash, so I'll give mine up to Tauros.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Essacart double dash. So
Roll.
yeah. So are you all telling Elise that you're all agreeing to the
Yes.
the plan? Okay. Cool. So you all will agree with Elise. Elise will confirm. Head back to the city. You all will get back to the council. The council will agree, and they will start divvying up. Bilp and Mela will volunteer to go with you in the infiltration team to attempt to capture the Duchess. Bilp will be going just because they have abilities, healing abilities. They'll be able to, if things do go wrong, you'll have someone there who can keep people standing. And Mela is very good at not being seen when she doesn't want to be. So she'll be helping out on that end. Skixie, Helska, and Hildra will all be a part of the distraction team as well. All right.
There'll be 4 of us going in, 6 on the outside.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, the 6 on the outside and the army that's also attacking the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so tomorrow comes.
Yeah, it does.
What
damn
the
it.
fuck?
He's saying
and
the
he
exact
paused.
same thing,
He
and I'm so
paused.
mad.
He paused.
and
It
I
is
with
thought the
his
it,
fault
exact
for
same
pausing.
thing.
You're right.
and with it,
I just heard the Duke Nukem.
so it's tomorrow, and
Yeah.
you all get into your positions, get into your places, and the battle for the city of Ongar begins. So to start this off, we're going to be doing a skill challenge, y'all.
Yay!
There's a skill challenge you are all participating in. There are two
20.
people. There are two. So there are actually two skill challenges happening right now. The first is for the assault team, assault/distraction team, and the second is for the infiltration team. The goal of the assault team is to get up onto the walls of the city and to open the gate so that the army can rush in and do their thing. The infiltrations team's goal is to get to the palace undetected. As with skill challenges, everyone, you have to use a skill that you have proficiency with. You cannot reuse a skill that you've already used, and you can have up to 3 failures. At the third failure, something bad is definitely going to happen. I will say this: I will go ahead and tell you what the failures are, so that you know what you're in store for. For the assault team, at the first failure, you will all be reduced to 85% of your maximum hit points.
Ooh.
Oh.
At 2 failures, you'll be reduced to 75% of your maximum hit points, and 1 use of a class resource will be expended.
Spell slot or
Spell slot or smite or just some like giant smite or
yep.
something. You can choose what it is, but one has to be used up.
Just an example. Just an example.
At 3 failures, you will be reduced to 70% maximum hit points and have 2 of your class resources expended. Now, whenever you get a failure, you can choose to erase that failure, but one of your allies, so this would be Skixie, Helska, or Hildra, will be rendered unconscious.
ooh.
Yeah, why can't Flip be with us?
It's fucking help. It's fucking help.
Put some respect on Philip's name.
Oh my
Then
God.
for the infiltration team, if you get 1 failure, 1 use of a class resource is expended. This is meant to simulate you almost got caught, but you did something to help not get caught. So you didn't get into a fight, so you don't lose any hit points. 2 failures, 2 uses of a class resource are expended. 3 failures, you will get caught. Okay. Sound good?
All right. Yep.
All right.
Can we know how many successes we need to succeed?
Oh yes, sorry.
Yes, DC.
You will need 5 successes.
Okay.
Big.
And DCs will vary
Vary.
depending on what skills you're doing.
Okay.
One more question. When we erase a failure, it just gets rid of that entire roll. There's no success or anything. It just gets rid of the failure.
It does not
right?
add a success, it just eliminates a failure.
Copy that.
Also, I will say, infiltration team, because you have the assistance of Elise, you can eliminate 1 failure for free.
Okay. That's
Cool.
good.
But
very
if
good.
you try to eliminate any other failures, that will require an unconscious ally. Okay. So, Let's do a little initiative roll to just have an order for people if we would all be so kind.
You got it.
Ooh.
15.
23.
1.
8.
Okay, so sorry, just Essa is a 15. Oberon is a 1. T is a 23.
23.
Tauros
Wasted a crit.
is an 8.
8.
And Edgar is a 22. Okay. So we're doing Edgar. Sorry, no. T, then Edgar, then Essa, then Tauros, then Oberon.
Question for the skill challenge: do our companions count as people who can use skills, or no?
No, they are just there to be sacrificed so that you can eliminate failures.
Okay,
Cool,
gotcha.
That's great. We're fine.
Okay.
The infiltration team is fine, everyone.
They're great. They're
We're gonna
fine.
be great.
Okay. Just setting up my own notes. All right. First up is T. T, how are you going to help with distraction team getting to the gate and opening it?
That's a great question. I'm teetering. So,
Mhm.
here's the thing. If I take on my hag form, my persuasion and intimidation swaps.
Mhm.
So I gain proficiency in intimidation. Um and with my persuasion currently being a plus 12, it would be pretty good.
Yeah.
So that would be really nice. And I don't exactly know how to open up this bitch with intimidation because I'm but a small person.
Mhm.
Um
I will say intimidation could be used to like force your way through like enemy lines and like break formation and stuff like that.
That's true. Yeah, I'll I will assume my hag form.
Okay.
So I now have a plus 12 to intimidation,
Okay.
and I will I'm going to try to really rattle some bones,
Okay.
really
Well,
make people uncomfortable.
because you're in your hag form, that DC is going to be a 15.
Great.
Joke's on you. These people are poor, so they have no bone.
DM question for DM.
Mhm.
On normal checks, I would get advantage for as the hag. Would I have advantage here?
Yeah. Go for it.
Awesome. So that's an 11 plus 12 is 23.
Beautiful. That's one success for the assault team.
Nice.
4 more
Oh
left.
yeah.
Edgar, how are you helping the infiltration team?
Starting with death nimble speed is the goal. So I want to use acrobatics to as we're trying to get it in there, especially in the early stages when we're probably less likely to run into anything. Use my acrobatics to help us be quick while being stealthy,
Yeah,
finding the
absolutely.
best spots to land.
Let's see it.
AJ, don't
We're
roll
going
on
to set
one.
that as a DC 16.
18.
18.
Nice.
All right. Essa, another infiltration team.
Similar to Edgar, while he's focused on acrobatics, I'm focusing purely on stealth, just trying to move as quietly as possible through the city to not get caught.
All right. Yep, well, that'll be a DC 16 as well.
Okay.
That's another 18.
I did need to roll a 2 or lower.
All right.
But knowing my luck, it would have happened.
This has 2 successes for infiltration. Tauros, what are you doing to help with the assault?
Well, I was going to use intimidation. That's
Sorry.
That's
So something I double checked with skill challenge rules. It's You can't
You
repeat.
can't.
You can't repeat a skill.
Let's
Hell
go!
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
Um,
still use intimidation. Yes.
Solely for flavor, can I activate my demon form?
Absolutely.
As like he's almost like clawing his way up this wall as his wings start to like spread around him, and he's gonna just try to fly up at him. To use like an intimidation to kind of spook him out of there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give me an intimidation. This will be DC 16.
Come on, baby. Papa needs a new pair of shoes. God damn it!
That is a 12, so that will be one failure for the assault team.
I'm
Do we
cool with
wanna-
keeping it. I'm cool with keeping it just for now because it's just 85%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's again, if you guys want to, if you're like maybe we want to stay full, I'm cool with knocking.
No,
Who do we,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
who do we
Okay.
have helping us?
You have Helsky, Skixie, and Hildra helping you.
Got it.
All right. Oberon, what are you doing for assault?
Cool. Oberon is just going to immediately in one turn activate Giant's Mate, activate Rock'em Sock'em, grow to his huge size, and essentially just like sweep out a path directly to the wall. And if he can get to it, literally try and just like, because it's 15 feet tall, I would assume Oberon being huge, maybe he's 15 feet tall, maybe he's close. Essentially, even almost just trying like grabbing his allies and like almost like tossing them up there if he could.
Oh yeah, you could absolutely like you are the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that. I'll say that's an athletics check, and because you have giant smite, it'll be with advantage. And it's a DC 16.
Oh,
It's a
Hell yeah.
21.
Let's go.
2 successes for the assault team.
All
All right. Back to T on assault.
Good. I think the next thing I'm gonna
persuade them to
do-
surrender.
Exactly. No, actually, I have disadvantage on persuasion while I'm a hag.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm sure modifier might not matter, honestly.
Well, she also switches her proficiency.
yes.
Ah, okay.
So
Gotcha.
I would only have a +4.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
I would like to try to use deception.
Okay.
To maybe I cause a ruckus in one place, so it seems like that's where we're trying to concentrate our efforts, but it's actually over there, and now I've drawn forces.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to lead the guards away from where you're actually assaulting the wall.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Give me a deception check. This will be a DC 16.
17.
Nice.
17, perfect.
Nice.
Thank Christ.
Beautiful.
That is 3 successes for the assault team. Assault team just needs 2 more successes, and you'll be in the clear.
Okay.
Edgar with infiltration.
All right. I would like to use intimidation, as at some point I imagine we might be spotted by someone, a civilian, whatever, not of importance, but could be detrimental if they say anything. I want to use intimidation to make them be like, "Get the fuck out of here." This
Okay.
is not for me.
Absolutely. That'll be a DC 16 intimidation.
Fuck.
That's a failure.
You're blessed by the gods. Could you use that?
I can't use it on
Ability
It
checks?
has to
Damn
be a
it.
saving throw or an attack roll.
Fuck. I thought it was ability checks too. Shit.
Nope.
So that's a failure. Do you want to go ahead and use your free erase failure that you get from
I think we got it right.
Elise?
Right, Dakota.
I don't know
Okay.
because it's only one class resource. I know which one I'm gonna give up. I think we'll be fine either way.
Okay.
I think if I fail this next one, then we use her to keep it down to 1. If that sounds good to you.
Okay.
Yep.
So you see a
But I'll argue if we succeed all the way through, then we would still have the one failure. So
The
it
reset.
might be worthwhile to just get it to 0 now.
Okay.
Just in case we do succeed.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that.
Okay. All right. So you see this kid, and this kid sees you, and you see the kid, and the kid looks at you, and you look at the kid, and then Phil kind of like just comes up and goes, "Don't worry, we're friends with Elise." And the kid's like, and just leaves.
And you're going to be like, Bill comes up, don't worry. The kid screams and runs away.
Kills him.
Okay.
Shh.
Yeah, Phil breaks the kid's neck. No. So it is now S's turn. What are you going to do for infiltration?
I'm gonna kind of follow an Edgar step from a minute ago and use my own acrobatics
Okay.
to kind of similarly try to keep moving quickly.
Yep, that's another 16.
Okay.
32 on acrobatics.
Jack,
This is what I'm good at.
double good. So does that count as 2?
No.
This is what I'm good at. Okay. His dex based checks.
Yeah.
Good to have you, Essa.
Yeah. You all are running along the
So scared of
rooftops.
like a 2 or a 1.
So that is
running.
it is 3 successes for infiltration, no failures. It is back to Tauros on assault. You all just need 2 more successes to finish out the assault skill challenge.
Am I allowed to use a spell during my little skill?
It does have to be a skill.
Like, can I use it? Like, not like
to augment
a
a
spell.
skill?
Yeah.
As long as you're fine with using up that spell
Yeah.
slot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
you use the resource.
Cool. I might use enhance ability.
Okay.
Let me see what I got. Athletics is my next best. It's a strength, so both strength. Does it give me anything else cool?
It
It
like
fucking
increases your carrying capacity.
doesn't.
Nothing cool,
Well,
unfortunately.
No, but it'll give me an advantage, so he'll kind of boost himself with that. And we're trying to drop the gate, right?
You're trying to get to the mechanism to open the gate.
Yeah. Like as he like kind of flies over the wall, he's just going to like not dive bomb, but almost like let himself just like gravity take him for a second. And he's just gonna try to like take out as many like lined guards as he can. As he's gonna try to use like an athletics to just push through them.
Absolutely. That'll be a DC. We'll make that a 17 athletics check.
Oh baby. Come on.
That's a 22, baby. That's
Nice.
4 successes for the assault team. Oberon, bring us home. You just need 1 success.
Yeah, while Tauros is doing this, Oberon's eyes are like, he's like, I'm assuming he's like almost eye level with the wall and can almost like peek over it.
Yeah.
And as he looks at the guardhouse. I would like to, because we were described where the guardhouse was, can I roll an insight check to see if I can discern whether or not that the guardhouse looks like it's words. Can I use insight to see if I can help determine what the best like way to get into it is? Like if I suppose
That would
more
be perception, not insight, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll do a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be because of the hecticness of the battlefield, that will be a 17.
All right, we're going to go ahead then, and we're going to pop our Storm Giant Ruin and give ourselves advantage on it.
Okay.
Marking that resource off.
That's a 26, baby.
There you go.
Assault team has successfully dropped the gate. The defenses of the city are crumbling. Back to so it would be T, but assault team is done. So now to Edgar. It's 3 successes. You just need 2 more.
That should be 4 successes, right? Because that's also succeeded.
You failed.
We failed.
You
so we
did.
Yeah,
you didn't get a success.
Yes.
You just got rid of it.
Cool. Can I use guidance?
Yes.
Myself. Awesome. I'm gonna use stealth now. Pretty straightforward. Just
Okay.
trying to be sneaky.
Yep. DC 17.
Yeah.
Yes.
21.
You didn't even need it.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Don't fuck it up, Essa.
Essa, bring us home. 1 more success, and you all our infiltration team succeeds.
Yeah, I'm going to tell me if this is kind of shenanigans. There we go. Shenanigans. I'm going to try to use investigation to like kind of find our way, the best way to avoid like any crowds, any like guard patrols we see running down the streets. Or would that be more perception?
I think investigation can work with that. Like if you have like I'll say it makes sense for you to like have a map of the city that was provided to you by the by Elise that you could use investigation with to try to map out a course to take.
Yep.
All right. That will be a 16 DC.
Okay.
That's a 21. You all succeed. The only failure was one failure for the assault team. So the assault team will be reduce your hit points to 85% of your maximum.
I'm at 108.
72.
So
71.
here's what happens. So Tauros, you are flying around, you're knocking into people. Oberon, you're helping people up, but you're also directing people where to go. T, you are causing intense disarray within the ranks. As you all are doing this, you all manage to, at some point, one of your soldiers gets into the gatehouse and drops down the gate to the thunderous cheers of your army. And as that happens, you all suddenly feel an intense rumbling beneath the ground as all the guards along the wall just start shouting and yelling, and they seem to be running further into the city as just in front of the gate a giant purple worm erupts from the earth.
What? Oh, what?
And roars out
It's the Alaskan bullworm
with a bellowing rage as it moves to attack your army.
Holy shit!
Sure, it's not violet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's purple. So then, as that happens, the infiltration team, you all have just managed to get into the palace. As you feel this rumbling and shaking, like the palace itself is like rocking almost. And this feels different from just the regular sounds of war. And then, as you rush into the throne room, you see the headless body of the Duchess sitting on the throne, and Elise kind of just standing, holding the head in her hand as she like leans against the throne and is like casually tossing a dagger up and down as she looks to you all and says, truly is a shame that my Duchess was killed during the assault on her city. I do believe that I'll be rewarded for bringing vengeance against her murderers, though.
This bitch.
What was that deception roll, Jack? What was that deception roll?
That deception roll was a 29.
God damn it.
Damn it.
I would have needed a 19 or a 20. God damn it.
And I believe that is where we will end this episode of
Goddamn.
Dice Age.
Woo!
God.